she has changed the wine.
Yeah, she's bottled outside. Well, she's fallen over now, Tash. She's stacked it on the pot.
Burn her hand on the microwave somehow. She put it
Like this is scarf here.
That's a face back here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bridal party are approaching. Please stand.
Further forward. This is taking forever.
Yeah, I was thinking that. This is a long walk. Looks like Jenny's concentrating quite a lot on walking, like slowly and carefully. Maybe it looks a little bit more chilled out. Starting to cry already. Don't start crying yet.
Well, welcome, Tash. What an entrance. Well done. Would the guests please be seated?
You all right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. My name is John Hill. I'm the Deputy Superintendent Registrar for the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead, conducting this ceremony here this afternoon. I'd like to welcome you all to Lilybrook Manor, and we're here in this splendid setting on this very special day to celebrate the marriage of Jason and Tash. I'd also like to introduce you to my colleague and registrar, Vivian, tucked somewhere in the corner behind me. Vivian will be making the official entry in the marriage register, which will be kept at the Maidenhead Register Office, where we have records dating back to the early 1800s, so you'll both be part of our history. And Vivian will also complete your marriage certificates, which we will present to you towards the end of the ceremony, but that's a long way off yet.
Okay.
I'd like to start this ceremony this afternoon by asking who gives Tash to be married to Jason today?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gavin. And Gavin, Andy, Mary and Jenny, please take your seats.
You all right?
You're right.
Yeah.
And Jason and Tash, you've chosen two readings. So for the first reading, if you'd like to perhaps take your seats. Rest for a moment. And for the first reading, I'd like to invite Katie and Mark to come forward, please.
Yeah, I've been relaxed. I'm chilling.
Right. I'm so excited.
A Lovely Love Story by Edward Monckton.
The fierce dinosaur was trapped inside his cage of ice. Although it was cold, he was happy in there. It was, after all, his cage. Then along came the lovely other dinosaur. The lovely other dinosaur melted the dinosaur's cage with kind words and loving thoughts.
I like this dinosaur, thought the lovely other dinosaur. Although he is fierce, he is also tender and he is funny. He is also quite clever, though I will not tell him this for now.
I like this lovely other dinosaur, thought the dinosaur. She is beautiful and she is different and she smells so nice. She is also a free spirit, which is a quality I much admire in a dinosaur.
But he can be so distant and so peculiar at times, thought the lovely other dinosaur. He is also overly fond of things. Are all dinosaurs so overly fond of things?
But her mind skips from here to there so quickly, thought the dinosaur. She is also uncommonly keen on shopping. Are all lovely other dinosaurs so uncommonly keen on shopping?
I will forgive his peculiarity and his concern for things, thought the lovely other dinosaur, for they are part of what makes him a richly charactered individual.
I will forgive her skipping mind and her fondness for shopping, thought the dinosaur, for she fills our life with beautiful thoughts and wonderful surprises. Besides, I am not unkeen on shopping either.
Now the dinosaur and the lovely other dinosaur are old. Look at them. Together they stand on the hill, telling each other stories and feeling the warmth of the sun on their backs.
And that, my friends, is how it is with love. Let us all be dinosaurs and lovely other dinosaurs together, for the sun is warm and the world is a beautiful place.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Mark. Please stand. Just face your guests in front of your seats. That's plenty. As you are.
As we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have to address you with the following words. This place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. And we're gathered here today, of course, to celebrate the joining in matrimony of Jason and Tash. I'm now going to ask you both to state your full names in the presence of your friends and witnesses. The groom first. So, Jason, your full name, please.
Jason Lee Ralphs.
Thank you. And the bride?
Natasha Jane Emma Jones.
Well remembered, both of you. If any person here present knows of any lawful reason why this marriage should not be entered into, they should declare it now. Good. Jason and Tash, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to take. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life and to the exclusion of all others. I'm now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any legal reason why you should not be joined in matrimony to each other. So, starting with the groom first, Jason, please repeat after me.
Yep.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Jason Lee Ralphs,
why I, Jason Lee Ralphs,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Natasha Jane Emma Jones.
to Natasha Jane Emma Jones.
And Tash. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
why I, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Jason Lee Ralphs.
to Jason Lee Ralphs.
Jason and Tash, before you are joined in marriage, I'd just like to say a few words to you both about marriage. Marriage is one of life's most important milestones. It joins two people together who trust the love they have found. It is a partnership in which each can grow and be their true selves, a partnership in which they can share in the development of the other. Marriage enables two people to share their strengths and weaknesses, their hopes and fears, their desires and aspirations. It is an opportunity to provide mutual support which can enhance all of life's experiences. Also, marriage is a statement to all those around them of the love, friendship and support they wish to share for the rest of their lives. The marriage ceremony provides the opportunity to bring together friends and family in this one place to impart this message of love and commitment. Everyone can celebrate in your happiness. Now, if you please be seated one more time. We have one more reading, and for that reading, Nigel, I'd like to invite you to come forward. Thank you, sir. Mind your head there.
With their wedding day set, I was flattered and touched when asked if I would read here today. I wanted a personal message for Jason and Tash, but struggled with the right words to say. So I gathered my memories of them as a couple into a rhyme, not a blog or a letter, to offer a glimpse of the history they share and to help you to know them both better. Back in 2003, when they first met at sixth form, through a mutual friend and mate, no friends or family gathered here today would predict their future paths or fate. 2 years flew by, good grades were achieved. They left for uni, north and south. As weeks rolled past, new friendships made. Their flame almost flickered out. The weeks merged to months, then months to years. Long miles kept them apart. Whilst on a break, that flame still lingered, hidden deep inside their hearts. If they were going to get back together, it should be soon or it would be too late. I'm still not sure whether it was love or lust, but they reunited in January '08. After graduating that year, they spent the summer apart, while Jason coached in the US of A. He returned for his Masters, was home for a week, then left for one last year away. By now, Tash was busy working for a living, although her commute was far from fun. And at times, she braved weekends with Jason, sharing a room that was too small for one. After working for a year unpaid as an intern, Jason at last got a job with a wage. They took the plunge and moved in together, a big step for them both at this stage. Things worked out well, they got on just great. Each seemed like the perfect catch. Twice Tash has travelled to White Hart Lane to watch Spurs playing a match. From tennis at Wimbledon to athletics at Stratford, they do like a sporting event. Whilst at Reading and Glastonbury mud baths, she survived in his two-person tent. Tash is calm and collected, and up for a laugh, but she has a competitive streak. Jason's a reliable romantic, and when it suits him, a bit of a health fitness freak. Their life turned a little more serious when he said, "You're going to have to learn to ski." But she took to it well, and in years to come, he proposed on the slopes on one knee. Tash was taken aback, promptly said yes. She phoned home to share her good news. Meanwhile, Jason sent a text as if nothing had happened. He'd not given away any clues. With a mortgage arranged, they soon bought a house, a place that they can call home. It has a brilliant garden with fruit trees and a shed, plus a solitary, colourful gnome. They've already faced challenges of home ownership, a rotten fence, leaky roof and some mould. With a slice of luck, they'll still tackle them together when they are both grey and old. If they're out for a function, a glad rags affair, the pair of them scrubbed up and booted, or they're working at home in their scruffy old clothes, they seem to be very well suited. Neither enjoys chores, such as ironing or cleaning, but both of them do like to cook. They're happy sightseeing, riding old punctured bikes, or sat on a beach with a book. The biggest test came when Tash wanted pets. She bought a second-hand hutch in Putney. It's the perfect home for two balls of fluff, one named Mango, the other one Chutney. He's gone from studying biomechanics to having biorhythms well aligned with his wife. I hope this bodes well for the future, and they'll be together for the rest of their life. It's not all been plain sailing since they've been an item. They've had a few lows on the way. There were sporting injuries, her soup scalded hand, and the boil on his back at Sharks Bay.
Oh, yeah.
The shower stopped working, the Fleet House so cold, the cake tin lost behind the freezer. They've overcome all as a couple together, his beautiful bride and her diamond geezer. So whether it's down to the tides or their star signs, or the feelings they have deep inside, may the love that they share last a lifetime and survive all the bumps on the ride. As they start the next leg of their journey, I hope their marriage takes them wide and far. I close now by welcoming Tash to our family as the youngest and new Mrs. R.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you. Please stand. How can I follow that, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, the vows that Jason and Tash make to each other today are twofold in nature. The first, as you heard earlier, is to ensure there is no legal impediment to the marriage and that they are indeed free to marry. In the second, they will solemnly promise to take each other as partner for life. That moment has now arrived for these two people to take their marriage vows, their solemn and binding vows, their contracting vows before you, their witnesses and guests. So at this important moment, I would like everyone who is able to stand, please. And if you'd like to stand forward a bit, you're going to face each other. Hold both arms. It's supposed to be under here, but I won't say anything if you don't.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so long as I am. And you say these vows to each other rather than to me, and it's not going to rain. And guess what, Jason? You go first, all right?
Okay.
So please say to me, Tash. I call upon these persons here present
to witness
that I, Jason Lee Ralphs,
to witness that I, Jason Lee Ralphs,
do take thee, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
do take thee, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
that witness that I, Natasha Jane Emma Jones,
do take thee, Jason Lee Ralphs,
do take thee, Jason Lee Ralphs,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawfully wedded husband.
And if you'd like to turn and face me, just hold one hand. Jason and Tash, you've gathered about you those you love most. You've invited them here to receive their encouragement and support and to celebrate with you at this very special time. I ask you now in the presence of this company, Jason, do you take Tash to be your wife? Do you promise to comfort her in life's sorrow and pain? Do you promise to rejoice with her through the good times and remain true to her for the rest of your lives together?
I do.
And Tash, do you take Jason to be your husband? Do you promise to comfort him in life's sorrow and pain? Do you promise to rejoice with him through the good times and remain true to him for the rest of your lives together?
I do.
And ladies and gentlemen, do you promise to support Jason and Tash in all that they do and give them your support, your love and your encouragement whenever it is called for? We do. Beautiful. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's starting to rain.
Yeah.
I'd like to come standing.
Can we move? Are we able to move? Are we allowed to move?
We could run inside.
I'm happy to run inside.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we
let's
run?
do that.
Everyone
Yeah,
up
let's do
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to take your seats inside, you stay here for a moment.
Okay.
Stay under shelter, and then we can do a walk down the aisle together, all right? Come right under cover.
Okay.
Yeah, we will. Oh, showing the dress. The dress is good. British summer sign.
Just saying, that was different. And I forgot where I am in the ceremony.
Good work, guys.
No. Still, to continue, Jason and Tash, the purpose of marriage is that you will always love, care for and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life. That you may find fulfilment in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. That each of you will draw strength from the constant and enduring love of the other, and that in turn you provide a solid foundation of love, tolerance and respect for each other. It is a loving relationship and you can lean upon each other when you most need a friend. And although you do both continue to grow and change, you never lose sight of the strength of feeling that you both have for each other, which is more than obvious here today, and which you are bearing witness to by your marriage this afternoon. Now, it's part of a long tradition of marriage in this country that the marriage is sealed with the exchange of a ring. The giving of the wedding ring is the ancient and traditional way of sealing your contract with each other. A wedding ring is an unbroken circle which symbolises unending and everlasting love. And you wear a wedding ring as the outward sign of the lifelong promises you're both making to each other this afternoon. So I'd now like to invite Andy to come forward. You had 2 rings earlier, Andy. Andy, if you'd please pass Tash's ring to Jason. Thank you.
That's right.
And Jason, if you'd like to place that ring on Tash's third finger, left hand. That's the one. You had to
You're
be
confused
you
by
had
the
to be
engagement
shown.
Here's your ring.
Hold it halfway as you say your ring vow to Tash. Tash, I give you this ring
Tash, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage
as a sign of our marriage
and as a symbol of our love.
and as a symbol of our love.
I promise to care for you,
I promise to care for you,
to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
On you go. Perfect. That could have been made for you. Andy, if you could please pass Jason's ring to Tash. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And Tash, if you'd like to place that on Jason's best finger. That's the one. Hold it halfway as you say your ring vow. Jason, I give you this ring
Jason, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage
as a sign of our marriage,
and as a symbol of our love.
as a symbol of our love.
I promise to care for you,
I promise to care for you,
to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice bit. Perfect. Well done. And Jason and Tash, may these rings always remind you both of the vows you have just taken. Now the best bit. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Jason and Tash, this is, as every wedding day should be, a day of hope, and we're all here sharing in your joy today. Marriage is a commitment to a journey through life together. It offers the opportunity for sharing and growth that no other human relationship can equal. Today you are both setting out on the road that will bring you happiness that is fuller, memories that are fresher, and a commitment to a love that is stronger. You have both now made the declarations required by law. You've made solemn promises to each other in the presence of your witnesses and guests. And we all hope that the feelings of love and commitment, which you have expressed here this afternoon by the exchange of vows and the giving of rings, will deepen and grow throughout the coming years. It is now therefore my duty, but more importantly my absolute pleasure, to announce from this moment on you are lawfully joined together as husband and wife. Jason, would you like to give your wife a kiss?
Yes.
Turn around and give them a We're almost at the end of the ceremony, and before that we have one more very important. One more important function to perform. That's the presentation of your marriage certificates.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason and Natasha, just to let everybody know, officially they were married outside. They said they're contracting vows outside, and that is the moment that they officially became married. So you had your dream of getting married outside. And you'll always remember it, won't you? Yeah. So I've made the entry into the marriage register, and it has been signed and witnessed, so everything is official. So on behalf of John and myself, have an amazing afternoon and evening. Let you out to get your party started now. Have a long and happy future, and here are your marriage certificates.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And ladies and gentlemen, leading you from the room to thunderous applause, the new Mr. and Mrs. Rouse.